guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Adelie, and today we are going to do a July budget with me for paycheck number 2. If you didn't see my first video that I uploaded last week, it was going over my cash stuffing for my July paycheck number 1. So we are going to go ahead for today and set up our amounts in our budget for our cash stuffing number 2 for July. So we are going to go ahead and start off. What I like to do at the very beginning is I like to go ahead and I like to set out with my month view. So we're going to go ahead and turn to July in my planner. So what I like to do to start off, I like to go through and I like to lay out when each of my bills are due. So just looking over at my bills for the month, this is July paycheck number 2. If you didn't see my first video, I do get paid twice a month. I get paid on the 5th and on the 20th. So paycheck number 2, we're looking at the 20th. And for our budget with me, we're really just looking at the bills that come the 20th or later in the month. Some of these I may have already paid. So we're going to go through and I'm going to talk you through the ones that I have not yet paid and the ones that we do still need to pay. So everything before the 20th has already been paid. I've got my little check marks through here. I've paid all those. And after the 20th, on the 21st, I already have one of my bills paid for, or actually rather 2 of my bills paid that are coming up quickly. And I do apologize if you hear any jingling. That is my cat. My husband took our dogs out for a walk and my cat is just over the moon at being here by himself. So he's just roaming around, jingling, being a cat. So starting on the 20th, the bills that I do have to pay, I've got my power bill, which is going to be $294. I've got my water bill, which is going to be $65. My car is going to be $346. Then I'm going to allocate $500 for spending, $100 for saving, $110 for my car insurance. I've already paid that, but I do have a student loan of $299 that I will pay this paycheck. My husband and I both have student loans that we have at different points in the month that we have to pay for. I've already paid my student loan earlier in the month, so I don't have to worry about that one. And then the last bill that I have to pay through this pay period is an equity loan of $266. So those are going to be the ones that I'm going to pay this go around. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out my notebook and we're going to go ahead and start looking at what these expenses look like to see how much money we have to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and close this one up. I'm going to put this off to the side. Okay. All right. So we're going to start off over here with our July paycheck number 2. I like to start off by putting my income. So I'm not going to fully disclose my complete income, but I am going to do a roundabout amount for us to budget with. So for the roundabout amount, we're going to budget $2,500 for this pay period. So out of my bills, the first one that we've got to look at is my power bill, which is $294. Now, I don't know about you all, but I live in the South and we have, well, usually every summer, extreme heat. And with that, we have extreme humidity. So we do utilize our air conditioning unit a good bit during the summer months. Now this is extremely high. The peak really that we see for our power bill is this month and then our August bill. But after that, that amount should be going back down. My water bill is $65. Now my water bill does include a couple of things. It's not just water. It includes my water, my trash. We also have our sewer, I believe, in there as well, and a couple other miscellaneous city fees that we have to pay out of that. Then we have my car payment, which is $346. Now I do want to mention that these are all round numbers just because it's easier to manage than doing exact amounts. So I usually just round up. So my car payment is $346. Now this is hopefully the last month that I'm going to have to be paying on this car loan. I do actually owe, I think, a little over $2,000 left on my car, but I'm hoping that by the end of this month, I will be able to pay off the remainder and not have to worry about this car payment. And then student loan, my husband's student loan, $299. And then lastly, our equity loan, $226. Okay, so those are our basic bills. And then for spending, each pay period, I like to allocate $500 for spending. We're going to break this down a little bit later on when we're going to look at exactly what this spending is going to go into. But for now, we're just going to leave it at $500. Then my sinking funds, we're only going to allocate $50. Now, you might be wondering why we're only allocating $50 when it seems that we're going to have a decent amount left. And this has a lot to do with our extra income usually going towards our debt. As we go a little bit further, you'll get a deeper glimpse into the debts that we do owe. So at this point in our budgeting journey, our extra income we like to put towards our debts. And then lastly, for savings, I am going to allocate $100. So if we get out our, excuse me, if we get out our calculator, let me turn that on. We're going to go ahead, we're going to add all this up so that we can see our total, and then we are going to see what we are left with for our extra allocations. So we're going to start with $294 plus 65 plus 346 plus 299 plus 226 plus 500 plus 50 plus 100 is going to leave us with 1,880. 1,880. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this amount, we're going to add it in down here, and we're going to bring down our income, which is 2,500, and we are going to subtract this 1,880 from 2,500 to see how much we have left. 18, oops, let's try that again. 2,500 minus 1,880 equals, I think I did that wrong. Bear with me, please. There we go. 620. Okay, so that leaves us with a total of $620 extra dollars, and this whole amount I am going to allocate to debt. All of that will be going to debt, and hopefully paying off a good bit of that. Like I said, one of those major debts that I am looking to pay off is that car loan. So here's hoping that that will work out. Okay, So now that we've got our basic breakdown, how much we're allocating to everything, we're gonna go a little bit further and we're gonna look at the spending, sinking, and savings funds to see exactly what that's going to look like. So we're just gonna add in our amounts here. So spending, we're gonna spend 500. Sinking, so we're gonna sink in 50, and our savings 100. Okay, now for our spending, there's a couple one of these that I am going to write out the amounts first before looking at the others. The amounts that I am going to fixate are going to be groceries for 2 weeks. We're going to do 150. For dine out, we're going to give ourselves 100, which does seem a little high. However, my mother's birthday is this weekend, so I plan on taking her out. And as always, it is myself and my husband. So any taking out anybody to a restaurant is going to run for 2 people easily $50. So with a third person, I expect that I'll probably be coming out spending about $75 just to take my mother out. And then for pet care, we're going to allocate $50. I do have several pets. I have 3 dogs, I have a cat, and then we have various caged animals. I mentioned in my last video, my husband loves animals, so we just seem to accumulate animals. So this amount is going to be fixated at 50. Our gas allowance is also going to get 50. My husband and I are working from home at the moment, so we should not need this total amount, but we have it just in case we need it. So that should be fine. And then coffee, I allocated 25 last paycheck for coffee, and we still have a good bit left, so I'm only going to allocate 15 this go around. So from that, we're going to see how much we have left. So 150 plus 100 plus 50 plus 50 plus 15, 365. We're going to subtract 500. That's going to leave us with 135 that we're just going to put in this personal category. Now, this personal category is for me and my husband, and it can cover a wide range of things. It just works out easier for us to put it this way. So that's going to take care of our spending allowances. Let's look at our sinking funds. Now, for those of us who watched my cash stuffing video last week, I did allocate $20 to entertainment, 20 to beauty, 50 for gifts, I believe 40 for household, 10 for Christmas, and 10 for vacation. Now, entertainment this week, I'm actually not going to allocate anything. And this has to do with my husband and I have already spent the 20 that was in that envelope to go see the new Black Widow movie. So I'm not going to allocate anything this pay period because I really do try to limit the amount that we go out to about once a month. Then for beauty, I'm also only going to allocate nothing. And that has to do with I've already gotten my nails done. I've already gotten all of my needs for this month. So I'm not going to allocate anything else. Gifts, I am going to allocate 20. Household, I'm going to allocate 20. And then Christmas, we'll say 5. And then vacation, 5. Like I said, overall, our sinking funds are pretty low and we're not putting a whole lot into these at the moment. And a lot of that just has to do with our focus on putting our extra income towards our debts in order to get those paid off quicker. And then lastly, our savings. So I'm allocating $100 for savings. And out of these, the only one that I have true allocations for every month is going to be my emergency savings. So this whole $100 is going to go to my emergency savings. My $1 challenge, I will get the remainder of my dollars. at the end of this pay period. Same with my 5s and my coins. So all of this together, right, should get us through the last 2 weeks of July. Now, July is one of those really, really long months. It feels like it goes on and on. So I'm hoping that by putting a little bit more into some of these categories up here for my spending, that it will help me stay to this budget. So I hope that you all stuck around to the end, and I hope this gave you a better glimpse into my budgets. And if you have any questions regarding my budget or any of the amounts that I allocate in certain areas, please leave a comment below. I will do my best to respond in a timely manner and answer them either below or in my next video. So until the next one, thank you for staying around and happy budgeting.